Welcome back to Industry Weekly.
It's hard to accept that it's time to go.
If you have been following the narrative of the film industry over the last 3 months, you know the tone has been somber. The fall of 2025 was predicted to be a graveyard, a content desert caused by the production delays of 2024. The exhibitors were nervous, the studios were defensive, the narrative was written, the cinema is dying, again. But then, we have witnessed a Thanksgiving corridor that has generated nearly $290 million in domestic ticket sales alone, shattering projections and rewriting the financial outlook for the entire fourth quarter.
Sorry, could you show me that clip again? Wasn't wearing my glasses.
Let's start with the undisputed king of the jungle, Disney's Zootopia 2. When we looked at the tracking data 2 weeks ago, the industry consensus was optimistic but cautious. The original Zootopia in 2016 was a massive sleeper hit, opening to $75 million in March and legging out to $1 billion. Sequels usually open bigger and drop faster. But Zootopia 2 has not just opened bigger, it has performed a stratospheric leap that defies standard sequel metrics. Over the traditional 3-day weekend, Friday to Sunday, Zootopia 2 pulled in an estimated $96.8 million. But the real story is the 5-day Thanksgiving holiday haul. From Wednesday to Sunday, the film grossed $156 million from 4,000 locations. To put that number in context, this is the second highest Thanksgiving debut of all time. It sits only behind last year's titan, Moana 2, which pulled in $225.4 million over the same frame. While it didn't match the absolute peak of Moana 2, it has solidified Disney's stranglehold on this holiday. Disney now holds the top 8 Thanksgiving opening weekends in history.
Whoops! No!
Keep it.
However, the domestic story is almost boring compared to what happened internationally. This is where the numbers get truly staggering. The film opened to a $556 million global debut. The headline here is China. For the last 4 years, Hollywood has struggled to break into the Chinese market. Local productions have dominated, and American films have often been ignored. Zootopia 2 has shattered that freeze. Reports indicate that China was the film's biggest international market, contributing an estimated $272 million to the global total. This performance rivals the glory days of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in China.
Flash, 100-yard dash. We need to get across town.
No problem.
Why Zootopia? The original film is culturally beloved in China. Its themes of urbanization, moving to the big city to find work, and the social stratification of predator-prey resonate deeply with the modern Chinese social experience. Disney's local distribution team executed a flawless campaign that positioned the film as a must-see social event, leveraging the massive popularity of the Nick and Judy pairing on platforms like Weibo and Douyin. While the animals roared, the witches held their ground. There was significant anxiety in the industry regarding Universal's decision to split the stage musical Wicked into 2 films. History is littered with Part 2s that failed to capture the magic of the first. Mockingjay Part 2, Allegiant. Wicked, for good, has defied that curse. In its second weekend, facing direct competition for family audiences from Zootopia 2, Wicked, for good, grossed $62.8 million domestically. That represents a drop of roughly 57%. For a film opening over $100 million, a drop in the 50 to 60% range is standard. But to hold over $60 million in the face of a $156 million competitor is remarkable. The domestic cumulative total now stands at $270.4 million in just 10 days. Globally, the film has reached $393 million. While this pales slightly in comparison to the velocity of Zootopia, we must remember the release strategy. Wicked has not yet opened in all territories. It has a staggered rollout, with a major release in China scheduled for December 24th. Universal's strategy here is long-term play. By releasing before Thanksgiving, they secured the premium screens, IMAX, Dolby, for the opening week. Now, even as Zootopia takes some of those screens, Wicked has generated strong word of mouth. It is serving a slightly older female demographic that is less likely to rush out for Zootopia on opening night, but will show up consistently over the next month. Briefly touching on the mid-card, we have two franchises trying to justify their existence. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Lionsgate, landed in third place with $7 million for the weekend, bringing its domestic total to nearly $50 million. Globally, it's at $146 million. It's profitable, but barely. The plot, which involves the original Horsemen fighting a new generation of magicians using deepfakes, is timely, but the franchise has lost the event feel it had in 2013. Predator Badlands, Disney/20th Century, took fourth place with $4.8 million, $85 million domestic/$160 million global. This is a success story, albeit a modest one. It has officially passed 2018's The Predator to become the highest-grossing mainline Predator film. The film took a massive creative risk, telling the story from the perspective of the Predator, named Deck, and featuring an android played by Elle Fanning. While polarizing for general audiences who missed a human protagonist, it energized the core fanbase and proved that the franchise has life beyond just monster hunts people in jungle. We leave the box office now to enter the boardroom, where the drama is far more expensive and the stakes are existential. Warner Bros. Discovery is effectively on the auction block. The second round of bidding was set to end on December 1, 2025, capping 3 years of debt management. Let's look at the three gladiators in the arena. Comcast, the frontrunner with a reported $27 to $28 per share bid. Comcast aims to merge the Warner Bros. Studio and Max with NBC Universal to create a streaming giant. The catch? They reject declining linear assets like CNN and TNT, forcing WBD to spin off those rusty pipes into a separate entity. Paramount Skydance. David Ellison offers a lower, approximately $25 per share bid, but is willing to buy the whole company, cable networks included. His vision involves merging Paramount Plus with Max and consolidating linear TV, pitching himself as the White Knight, who will keep WBD intact rather than stripping it for parts. Netflix. Netflix eyes the WB library to cement its dominance, but faces a near insurmountable obstacle: antitrust regulators. Officials reportedly warned that an acquisition would trigger a full-scale investigation. Since WBD needs a fast sale and cannot afford years of litigation, this regulatory chill likely sidelines Netflix. The board faces a stark choice. Comcast's higher offer requires a messy breakup, while Paramount's lower bid ensures a clean exit. With an announcement expected soon, this decision will redefine the media landscape for a decade. While the CEOs fight over who owns the studios, the artists inside them are grappling with a technological tsunami. The conversation around artificial intelligence in film has shifted from "will it replace us?" to "how do we control it?" Weta FX, the studio behind Avatar and Lord of the Rings, announced a strategic partnership with Amazon Web Services, AWS. This is critical because of how they are framing it. They are calling it artist-led AI. Weta CTO Kimball Thurston was very specific. "We are not building chatbots. We are not building text-to-video generators that scrape the internet. Instead, they are building custom AI agents trained exclusively on Weta's own proprietary data, 30 years of creature animation, muscle simulation, and lighting data. This is ethical AI by design, transparent and built to amplify artists, not replace them. It's a move to make high-end VFX sustainable as audiences demand more spectacle for less money." Before we go, a quick look at the specialty market. Eternity, a 24. This high-concept rom-com starring Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller opened to $3.2 million domestically. It features characters choosing their partners in the afterlife. While the premise is strong, reviews have been lukewarm, suggesting it may find a better home on streaming than in theaters. Hamnet, the literary adaptation starring Paul Mescal, had a strong limited opening, earning $880,000 from just 119 theaters. With a per-theater average over $7,000, this is the awards contender to watch as it expands in December. As we close the book on November 2025, the narrative of the film business has shifted. The panic of the early fall has been replaced by the adrenaline of a record-breaking Thanksgiving. Zootopia and Wicked have proven that the audience is there, if you give them a reason to leave the house. It was Industry Weekly. See you next week.